What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I wanted to bring light to a situation that just happened recently in the Pokemon Go community. For those of you that don't know, competitive Pokemon Go is a real thing. It's alongside the trading card game and the video game championship series in the Play Pokemon circuit. This weekend in Orlando, nearly 200 competitors competed to try to become the Orlando regional champion. And there was a little bit of controversy that happened right at the end of the tournament. I say a little bit, but honestly, it's probably the biggest scandal we've really ever had in the Play Pokemon scene. I'm going to show you a clip, and I'll see if you guys think you can figure out what went wrong.
And Firestar, in his 11th tournament, 10 tournaments, he didn't make it. 10 tournaments, he's thrived in the loser bracket. But now on his 11th one, he is the first-time champion for himself and your 2026 Orlando champion.
Incredible series from Firestar, pulling out all the stops, all the Pokemon, taking us to a decisive Game 5. Could not have asked for anything else in that Grand Finals. Huge congratulations to Firestar. His best ever finish before this was a top 6, and now he's gone all the way to get that gold medal.
Did you catch it? You probably didn't, because if I'm being honest, nothing went wrong there, not in my opinion at least. There is a decisive Game 5 where a player by the name of Firestar73 was able to win the 5th and final game of a best of 5 series, which allowed him to, in theory, become the regional champion in Orlando. However, because of what the judges, or rather the higher-ups, I'm not quite sure exactly who made this call, but basically Play Pokemon made this ruling that due to some unsportsmanlike behavior in that celebration, that Firestar would be given a game loss. I'm going to play the clip once again. Let me know if you see anything unsportsmanlike in this video.
He is the first-time champion for himself and your 2026 Orlando champion.
Incredible series from Firestar, pulling out all the stops, all the Pokemon, taking us to a decisive Game 5.
I want to preface this by saying please do not be sending any hate messages or anything to any of these parties involved. That is not constructive. That's not a good way to let our voices be heard. I'll let you know exactly what we should be doing as a community here in just a minute. But I also want to say I am a person who was not actually at this event. I'm hearing everything that I can from the internet, from other people who were there. I'm not a first-hand source, but from what I've heard, when Firestar ended up winning the event, he took his headset off and he, not as gently as he could have, put his headset back on the table. It might have been a little bit of a drop or a throw. It's really hard to say, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't really see anything wrong with what ended up happening. And it was this little bit of information. It was this little thing where when he won, he was maybe a little bit more rough with his headset than he should have been, that allegedly got him this game loss and made it so instead of winning the set 3-2, he lost it 2-3, ultimately losing him the championship title and making it so instead of him becoming the champion of this event, Nighttime Clasher ended up winning. And if you guys don't know who Firestar is as a person, he is such a nice player. This is someone who I would never want to see this happen to. He is such an incredible person. I actually had a lot of time to get to know him at Worlds this year, and I feel so bad that this is happening to him because he has been in this scene for years at this point, grinding the circuit, trying to get his first win, and the first time he's in a spot where, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I see him as the champion of this event. But because of circumstances here that I guess are happening behind the scenes, he potentially does not actually get this regional title in his name. And the sad thing is, even if, we do raise enough attention and this decision does get overturned and he does become the champion, they are not going to be able to give him his moment back. He should have won this event. He should have got a medal ceremony, given that first place medal live on stream, should have been able to get an interview as well, but they have taken that from him. They've taken it from not only him, but also all of the top finishers. They didn't even have a medal ceremony at this event, which is so strange. Normally, once an event like this is over, they end up showing the results. They end up showing all of the top 3 battlers, and they get to have a little bit of an interview. But this was like the first event that I've ever seen where they just cut the stream after this. They did not even want to bring up the fact that there is a situation like this going on. In fact, the stream ended with them saying that Firestar was the champion. I'll show you guys the graphic they put up. And yeah, even the stream, at the end of it, it was showing that Firestar won this event. And this is all because the headset that Firestar was wearing was not treated with as much care as the staff members potentially would have liked. Now, I have heard that allegedly maybe he was given a warning before that he wasn't putting down the headsets as calmly as he could. But in my opinion, even with a warning beforehand, just take a look at his reaction here when he wins. It's not like he's maliciously dropping this headset. It's not like he's trying to break anything. This is a guy who, after so many stressful battles, has just barely and just finally accomplished his goal and become a regional champion. He is literally shaking here. You can see the moment of relief on his face when he knows it's over, when he knows that he has finally achieved his dream. And then, unfortunately, you can see later on in this clip the moment that he realizes that something might be wrong. Firestar does not deserve any of this. I feel like he is one of the best players in this community. He is one of the people who really deserved a regional win, and to see it taken away from him like this is ridiculous. I myself have had some interesting judge rulings in the past that I didn't necessarily agree with, but nowhere near the extent where a regional title was taken from me. I've had game losses that were overturned, I've had things like that, but nothing anywhere near the level of this. I have no idea what this would feel like to have the regional title under your belt and then moments later stripped from you. Now, for those of you wondering what we can really do about this, there is a Play Pokemon support ticket system that we can use to try to overturn this ruling, hopefully to spread awareness and make it so the developers and the people behind this know that this is wrong. I don't know what else we can do aside from that, aside from also just like, reposting all of the information about this on Twitter, on YouTube here. Just get your voices out there. Firestar, in my opinion, has been very much taken advantage of by this system. I feel like there's really no point in being negative about this. There's no point in trying to find anyone to blame. All we really need to do is we need to get our voices out there that Firestar did deserve this win and that we need to rally behind him, because I can only imagine how devastating this is for him. And again, I'm so sorry that this happened to him. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that this is maybe the most devastating thing that I've seen myself in the Pokemon Go scene. Seeing someone who's worked as long as Firestar has have this taken away from him, and seeing just how happy he was and then how devastated he was after it. I'm just really disappointed with the way this has played out, and I really do hope that this situation is going to be rectified at some point here. But we just don't know. But that's why I really want your guys' help. If you can please fill out that support ticket that I'm going to be linking in the description of this video, I would be so grateful for you. Firestar, he deserves our support. Let's give it to him. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.